Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Press Play Action. It's Mitchell Lee. It's Brandon 2. It's Tommy Grant. And guys, are you just taking a big swig out of... What is that?
I think that was cranberry juice. I love it.
Cranberry juice? Cran apple? Cran grape? There's so many cran
apple.
these days.
Cran apple is
what
the
is
best.
It?
Some cran apple is
cran cherry.
Cran cherry
we
is the
threw
best.
out like 80 different things, and none of them were right.
Cran apple is S tier. Cran cherry is A tier.
Cran apple is superior to all cranberry flavors.
Good call.
Those in the fridge.
At least we can agree on something before.
We're setting the tone for agreement.
The most controversial trilogy in Star Wars.
Yes, this is the point where Star Wars, and I'm sure that someone that with a little bit more age might say, well, actually, it was before this. But in this era of social media, I do think that this is the part of Star Wars where things got a little bit toxic and needed to take a break.
No,
for a
really,
bit.
You don't think?
I mean, look, there's no denying that the Star Wars fan base is probably the most toxic of all fan bases.
That's why I like the Dune fan base. People don't know.
I can think of a fan base more toxic, but we're not going to get political here. Just as far as entertainment is concerned,
you're treating them as a fan base.
Entertainment fan bases.
Yeah.
Give it up to Conan O'Brien, guys. That was a good host of the Oscars. Good job. All right, let's move on.
All right, so let's start off with the beginning of this. Obviously, we're going to talk about the Star Wars sequels, and The Force Awakens. I remember this movie being just so exceptionally hyped up, and the lead up to it
was an awakening in my body for this one.
I wasn't as hyped going into this because, again, the only Star Wars that I had seen the original trilogy and loved it, but I just still felt so like, those prequels were just not good.
You did
and
see
I
the
don't
prequels
trust...
before this? Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no. I'd seen all the Star Wars movies before this, and I just wasn't that excited for new Star Wars the way everyone else seemed to be. But then as we got closer, I kind of started feeling the vibes. And
I remember, Mitchell.
Okay, so this movie came out December 18th, 2015. So a little over 10 years ago now. Make me feel old as shit. Directed by J.J. Abrams. And this one, it's introducing a bunch of new characters. But you're also bringing back original characters such as Harrison Ford as Han Solo. You got Carrie Fisher as Princess Leia in there.
Good stuff.
But you're also Mark Hamill-ish, like
the Mark Hamill cameo at the very end.
Exactly,
Mark Hamill. Oh my God, Luke's alive! Like we didn't know
exactly.
that.
But really, this movie is about introducing us to new characters such as Daisy Ridley as Rey, Adam Driver as Kylo Ren, John Boyega as Finn, Oscar Isaac as Poe Dameron. You've got Andy Serkis as the Supreme Leader Snoke. You've got Lupita Nyong'o as a rotting orange. You've got Donald Gleason as a bitch. So you've got that. This movie had this is insane. The budget is anywhere between $535 and $635 million. They spent
what's $100 million
amount of money on this movie. This movie also made $2 billion and is the highest grossing domestic release of all time. This movie made $936 million
that is
domestically.
Insane.
Can you tell me what movie it passed?
Endgame. No.
Endgame came out in 2019.
Endgame came out after it. What movie it passed?
Was it the original?
Titanic?
No. I'll give you a hint. We have reviewed it.
Avatar.
Okay. Yeah, there you go. Avatar.
Yeah. Well, James
Avatar
Cameron was like,
highest.
James Cameron was like, I gotta reclaim this title. Love you.
Yeah.
We released this.
And
bitch.
what movie did it pass? It had an opening weekend of $247.9 million. That has since been passed by Avengers Endgame by over $100 million. That was an insane opening.
So
what movie did it pass?
in 2015,
Yes.
or just in general? Okay.
What movie held the record before Force Awakens for largest opening weekend? I'll
Largest
give you a
opening
hint.
Weekend.
We've talked about it.
Well, okay, it's not Titanic. It's not.
We talked about Titanic, but that is correct. It's not Titanic.
No. I'm just. It has to be something close to 2015 because
I'll give you a hint. It's not close to 2015. It is 2015.
Oh, it is.
It came out earlier that year.
Okay. I got to go back to 2015.
Tommy, you got nothing?
I feel like I should know this.
You should.
I'm guessing either Terminator or
No, not Terminator.
I'm looking at 2015 movies and trying to think what would have had a fan base that would have brought in that much.
I wanted to say it, but no, I'm not saying it.
What were we gonna say?
I was gonna say Mission Impossible, but
No.
that's not right.
No,
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you because you guys are nowhere near it. Jurassic World.
What?
Huh.
Oh, well, that
Jurassic
movie
World had-
sucked. That movie was
Jurassic
awful. I'd
World
rather
had
see the
208, and then Force Awakens blew right past it with
Okay.
247. So
I will
this
say
movie,
2015, good year for movies. Room, 10, yeah, good movie.
2015 was a decent year for movies.
Yeah.
I
Mad Max Fury Road. We could have guessed that.
yeah, but I'm not quite like I love the movie, but I'm not quite as high on it as a lot of other people are. But that's besides the point.
Yeah.
This movie, when it came out, was getting nonstop glaze. Everyone loved this movie, and then a few months later, it became a little cool to hate on it. Like, I don't know, it was kind of similar to the original Star Wars movie.
Oh, you mean it's
and-
basically the exact same plot is what people started saying?
Yeah.
Which is fair and
but-
accurate criticism of
Force
the movie.
Awakens was without a doubt the best Star Wars movie to come out so far post original trilogy. I think it
Oh,
passed.
I agree with that.
Yeah, up until that point.
And
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, and I still agree with that.
You have the concept that it's 10 years after Revenge of the Sith. You've had that kind of lull of no Star Wars content in terms of movies. Disney took over Lucasfilm, so you have the Disney budget, the Disney marketing going behind this.
Oh yeah, I remember they had trailers. There was
They
a Monday
were
Night
like-
Football game, and they're
Yeah,
like,
they
"Hey,
were
we're going to show you the
slamming
new
Disney.
trailer at halftime of Monday Night Football."
You have
Being
all
locked
the
into that.
actors. You have the fact that it was confirmed that the original cast was coming back, so you have all the old school
OG people.
like all the fan base kind of came together like this is going to be awesome.
Yeah.
And of course, you have I think the CGI looked really good in this movie, especially in the trailer. Like seeing the Millennium Falcon just flying around, everybody was like, "This is gonna be fucking awesome."
Like they're bringing back the Millennium Falcon. They're just like, oh, let's go. It's like,
That's all you needed. Like that, I just remember seeing the trailer and seeing that flying around, and I just remember everybody was psyched. They were like, "This is gonna be so much fun." And then social media kicked in, and that's where you had just all the fan theories going around.
I'm so glad I wasn't on social media at that point in my life.
I just remember the biggest fan theory. Like everybody was trying to figure out who Kylo Ren was. And the Jar Jar Binks theory was probably the most outrageous one.
Bro,
I didn't hear that one.
That's the one that like throws me for a loop. But then I'm like, nah. Secretly, he wanted him to be a Sith
I remember
Lord.
watching videos of people download like
Yeah.
frame by frame from the Phantom Menace, and be like, look at how he moved in this and this, blah blah blah.
Isn't that the
He's
same walk?
definitely a Sith Lord, and I'm like, come on, like
Yeah.
let's not stretch that theory.
Now,
By the way, my last piece of trivia,
okay,
because this
go
movie
ahead.
was nominated for 5 Oscars. It didn't win any of them, but it was
won none of
nominated.
them.
It was nominated for
Kind of like
5.
Marty Supreme, baby. Sorry.
Unfortunately, kind of. Editing. John Williams got a nomination for music. Sound mixing, sound editing, and visual effects. Which, if you're looking back, you might be kind of surprised that it didn't win for visual effects. What movie beat this for visual effects?
Visual effects.
Jurassic World.
Because it is an interesting footnote for the Oscars, and one that I find actually kind of inspired choice. Because sometimes they give CGI to most CGI as opposed to best.
Oh, was it?
What?
No, because it didn't come out that year.
It's
So-
not.
so-
I don't think you guys are gonna get it because it's not a big blockbuster movie.
Yeah.
Okay.
Have either of you guys seen the movie Ex Machina?
No.
Oh, is it Ex Machina? Okay.
Ex
that makes
Machina
sense.
won Best Visual Effects that year on a budget of like $25 million.
I've never seen it, but I've heard good things from you and like.
It is a
multiple people.
very good movie. There's a lot of visual effects involved in it. Not as many as Force Awakens, but I think that was a really fun choice. If you haven't seen it, I would check it out. It's very
It's
good,
kinda
and
crazy.
it also has Oscar Isaac and Donald Gleason in that movie.
Oh, nice. Yeah, it's kind of crazy to go from like the year before it was like Interstellar, Guardians, all those movies, and then being like, now I got Ex Machina and a Star Wars movie. We're gonna pick Ex Machina over like
Exactly,
the
yeah.
Star Wars movie. That is interesting. That is an interesting.
It also
decision.
makes you kind of question like what these big companies are doing with CGI. Like we've kind of always talked about the downfall of CGI in like the last decade or so, but when you have a big booming business like Disney losing to a much smaller budget movie in CGI,
A24.
in effects like
Well, yeah, A24 is like the goat of like indie like studio like winning
Yeah,
awards.
like they didn't even have the reputation that they do now, but they
Right.
took home Best
like,
Visual
you have
Effects
a small
that year.
studio like that coming up against Disney and taking awards home for effects when Disney probably should have been able to do that with the amount of money it's able to shell out into movies with the budget that you just said for Force Awakens. Like it kind
Well,
of
that
makes
being said,
money going.
the visual effects for this movie were not bad at all. They were,
Oh, no,
in fact,
they're-
I'd say
they're
that they're
very
very good.
Yeah.
I love this movie. I think that this is an exceptional Star Wars movie, and I think that regardless of how you feel about whatever is to come, this movie set up an extremely nice kind of roadmap
Yeah.
for things. Now, we would come to find out that there was absolutely no damn plan, but I think that immediately getting into John Boyega, who, look, I'm just going to kind of put my cards on the table. I'm a big fan of this movie. I'm a big fan of The Last Jedi. I'm not a fan of Rise of Skywalker. But if you do not like The Last Jedi, I understand from the standpoint of John Boyega's character was set up so incredibly well in this movie and no other movie
Well,
after that.
They bench him. They literally
ben-
bench him the rest of the
They
movie.
bench him, but he is so good. And I think that him and Oscar Isaac, like the very opening scene between those two, and when they're stealing the ship, I think that there is a chemistry and there is a fun in those and that scene that really harkens back to the original trilogy.
I'm gonna lay my cards on the table, Mitchell. Oscar Isaac is the best character, best actor in this sequel trilogy, and I actually don't think it's
agree
close.
with that in the first movie, but I really think that they dropped the ball with him later on.
But it's not him. His performance is incredible.
I think his performance is great in this. He's got a charisma in this movie that you just want to learn more about him. He's kind of like a really optimistic, like him and John Boyega have instant chemistry to the point where I remember that there were gay theories flying all over the place about these two, and I can understand why.
Didn't even matter to me. I was
I was like, whatever you want to do with these guys, there's a chemistry on screen here that I really want to see more of. What's that? We're not getting more of it? Okay. But yeah, for the first movie,
chemistry with the robot with BB-8 is like good. Oh my god, Oscar Isaac is doing everything.
For me, I saw Oscar Isaac's character almost kind of a comparison to Han Solo in the original trilogy.
Oh sure, yeah. I mean
like,
that was the direct comp.
Suave kind of guy. He's a great pilot. He's got this fun sidekick. Obviously, Wookiee and robot are very different, but that same concept. And they kind of give off like, hey, they have a cool backstory that you want to learn more about, like Han Solo did, and we get nothing.
Yeah, just nothing. We don't get anything, and I'm like, bro.
And
it was laid out, like Mitchell said. It was laid out.
yeah, and to give a pre glimpse into my opinions on the next two movies, I agree. Like part of it, the biggest thing for me is the lack of planning. There's no wall that Disney can hide behind to say that they didn't plan this trilogy out. And there's been so many actors that have come out and said, yeah, there was no, like there was decisions being made like the day of, like, hey, yeah, we
No
didn't.
way.
And
it was so reactionary.
0%
and we'll get to a
chance
lot of that as we
real,
get further
right?
on.
But the biggest factor
This is
comes
Star
from
Wars. Why the fuck are we making decisions day of?
But like Force Awakens made a great kind of, hey, this is where we can go with this. And Ryan Johnson picked it up. Again, I think he did a shitty job. I think he did set up stuff that was going to happen in the third movie that they were
J.J.
going.
Abrams told him to.
Well,
He
no,
like
so here's
shoved
the
it.
thing. So J.J. Abrams wasn't the original director for Rise of Skywalker.
Oh, okay,
It
I
was
see. Yes.
Correct.
Colin Trevorrow, I think.
The
Whoever.
director of Jurassic World.
Yes, he was. He had already made the script.
He made Jurassic World shitty, and he made this.
Well, Colin Trevorrow, he already had a whole thing set up for the third movie, and he ended up leaving over creative differences with Disney, and they ended up scrapping his.
Who at Disney is like, bro, don't do this?
I don't know if it was creative differences or they saw his movie The Book of Henry and went, get this motherfucker off.
His
that
his
movie
movie actually
horrible.
continued plots of Last Jedi that I think would have made a good movie. But anyway, so
do you just want to like cover the whole trilogy? Do we just want to go? Like, do we want to go there? Like, we can wait.
no, we will go movie by. I'm just giving my
Okay.
pre glimpse, but just in the sense of lack of planning, they had a third movie planned. It was actually pretty decent. It continued themes from the first two movies.
Yeah.
That got scrapped when Colin Trevorrow left. J.J. Abrams came in, made a whole completely different movie.
Is your whole point in this is that it leaves a sour taste for this movie because of the way the trilogy ends,
Yes,
or do you
because
still love this movie?
This movie has so many little threads that it dropped down, say, "Hey, run with this," and neither of them did.
Yeah.
I'll throw
Can I go ahead and throw? I don't love this movie the way you guys do. I'm gonna be honest.
Really? Okay.
I think
Why not?
I think going into this movie and not being original and being like, and look, I think those criticisms are fair. I think going in there and being like, what are, like, they're making another Death Star? Well, no, it's just a bigger Death Star. Like, size does matter. And I'm like, okay, like, we're literally just recreating the plot of the fourth movie of the original movie, and we're just like,
Going by plot, yes, I agree. It was not a good. It wasn't a good fresh entry. Into
and I
Star
don't mind. I don't mind it because I love the characters, but it's like, can we do something
that's the thing
different?
for me. I didn't mind it because one, it's the first movie of the trilogy. Get started in a way that we're able to take this and run with it, but also the characters, the fact that we get so into John Boyega, Daisy Ridley. No, that was me telling you to go fuck off. No,
you cut me out of the
I booted you from it. Like Daisy Ridley as Rey. I think she's fantastic in
she is.
this movie, and I think she's
characters.
fantastic in the next movie. I think that I disagree with you. I think Adam Driver is the best part of this trilogy.
Okay.
I think that Kylo.
He'd be my second. Ray would be third, but I feel you.
I like the design of Kylo Ren. I like the new lightsaber that he's got. I like the fact that he doesn't keep his mask on the whole time. I like the fact that he's not just a carbon copy of Vader or Anakin. He's got his own
he's got his own style.
He's got his own conflictions, and his relationship with Harrison Ford as Han Solo. I thought Han Solo was great in this. Because sometimes you bring an old character back and they just kind of feel stale and like really you're still doing the same thing.
Harrison Ford wanted to be there. Like, he wanted to be there. You could tell.
He showed up to work.
Much. Yeah. Look, my whole thing with it is just like, get away from the Skywalkers. Get away from it. Like, do something
You're getting your wish now.
Star Wars is so big. Like, we don't need it. But that's like my biggest complaint about the movie. It's just like the plot and all that stuff. I love the characters. I think John Boyega, fantastic. I actually think John Boyega should get more work. Like, I think John Boyega is a great actor. Like, I don't know I guess I got to look at his IMDb page right now because I haven't really seen him in a lot of stuff
No,
since
not
this,
really.
which is kind of crazy.
Same with
'cause-
Daisy Ridley, and the stuff that I've heard that she's in is like
So people
just
like
not
hate
the
Marsh
best.
King's doctor, like Marsh King's daughter. I saw no one else did. She's great in that movie. The movie isn't good. So it's again, she's like.
Did you
in
see that
weird
movie We
movies.
Bury the Dead? Isn't she in that too?
No, I did not see We Bury the Dead, but I did see Cleaner, the
I
one
heard
where
that
she's
was ass.
a cleaner on the side of the movie. She's good in that movie. The movie is ass. Like again, she's taking roles that are like the movie sucks, but she's good, and it's like, can we figure this out? Yeah, she is in We Bury the Dead. I'll probably see it at some point in my life. Time. Yeah,
My
Cleaner.
life.
Cleaner is awful. Yeah, I mean, she's just been in bad movies since then. She's good in Young Woman in the Sea. Like I don't know what happened to this cast. Like I don't know what happened to these actors and actresses. Like is Oscar Isaac the only one who's like getting work out of like the three like new characters, I guess? I mean, but he was already kind of a household name, wasn't he?
Essentially, I mean, I know Daisy Ridley's had some projects, but nothing significant. Like no big titles that I can think of.
I mean, he's in Moon Knight. Like he's awesome in Moon Knight too. It's like, yeah. I mean,
Well, Oscar
just
Isaac was
don't-
also just in Frankenstein, and
he's in Dune, right? He's Leo. He's Leo in Dune.
yeah, he's in the first Dune movie, and he's great in that because it's the Dune movies. Everyone's great.
Yeah, I just don't. I mean,
Can we
what
review
happened to
those
this
instead?
cast? Yeah, what? No, but like, what happened to this cast? Like, the characters are so good, the actors and actresses are so good, and it just like fell apart. Like, I don't know what. I like this movie though. I like it. I don't love it, but that's because of the plot, not because.
I have a lot of
The
fun with
characters
this. The characters have so much chemistry with each other. I think that there's a lot of really fun action scenes. The scene, I think the cinematography for this, the cinematography for the first two, and I'll talk about it even more with The Last Jedi, because I think The Last Jedi is point blank the best looking Star Wars movie and one of the best
Whoa.
shot blockbusters of the last
Settle down.
decade.
Let's talk about this movie.
But this looks great. I mean, the shots of
Hell, the
the-
bigger Death Star looks cool. Like I
the
would
sh-
say,
the-
like
the-
Star Killer
the-
Base looks cool.
the shots of the planes or the fighter jets against the water. I mean, it all looks just spectacular.
You're talking about the X-wings. You're talking about
X-wings.
X-wings. Yeah.
Whatever, man.
No. I was making sure. I was making sure that's what you're talking about.
Yeah,
Tom
I
was
think
being a
that
dick. I was actually
those-
actually trying.
those all look great. I remember you could not go anywhere on the internet without because I remember my friend Jake that was going to come and see this movie with us at some point on my Christmas break, because this came out when I was in college, and he said, yeah, I was going to see this movie, but I was watching a highlight video of LeBron, and the first comment in the comment section was Han Solo dies. So it kind of got spoiled for me just
What
while
a weird
being
place
on
to
the
get it
internet.
spoiled. Yeah, what a weird
Yeah.
place to spoil.
Someone said that it was in like the NC State free expression tunnel. So
Someone,
that went in there,
I do remember that. Someone tagged that in the NC
Yeah.
State Free Infection. That's good. That's good stuff.
that was a devastating
Have I ever
death
told you
scene.
about in game? I got Iron Man spoiled for me by Watch Mojo.
Oh.
Like Watch Mojo, like the title of the Snapchat video was like, "Why
Ah.
Iron Man?"
And that's why we
And I
don't
was
watch
like,
Watch
"Bro."
Mojo.
Yeah, I was like, "Come on." Yeah, no, let's talk about that death.
I saw that coming a mile away. I knew that was
I did
gonna
too.
happen.
I did too. But
Especially because of the fact that Harrison Ford was very adamant that he wanted his character to die in Return of the Jedi. So like I was like, if he's coming back for this, he's definitely gonna die in this movie.
he's almost like, I will only come back if you kill this character. And then they're like,
Yeah.
plot twist, your son's gonna kill you. And he was like,
And
okay,
the second they revealed that while I was watching the movie, I'm like, yeah, Kylo's gonna kill his dad.
and Snoke is like hyping him up, like you gotta take the mantle. You gotta be like the next Vader, like you are the successor to the throne. And I'm like, yeah, he's in his head, like he's about to do it. Yeah.
which
But
is funny
you could
because
see when he kills him. Like, this is why Adam Driver, like Mitchell, I don't disagree with you. Like, Adam Driver is so awesome in the sequel trilogy. You can see it in his eyes when he kills him. He's like, even after he does it, he's like, did I fuck up?
Maybe I shouldn't have done that.
Yeah, did I make the wrong decision? Like, even when he's making a decision, he's like, fuck. I'm like, yeah, but you can see
I
it.
find
He
it
doesn't
kind
say anything. It's his eyes. Like, it's the way
Yeah.
he acts. Yeah.
I find it kind of ironic that like Snoke was pressuring him to be like Anakin and Darth Vader by killing his parents when the reason Anakin became Vader was because he lost the people that he loved.
Yes, that's
So it's
where
like,
like some of
hey,
that
this,
stuff is
this
crazy.
is not what your grandfather would have done. It would have been the complete opposite.
Yeah. Also, yeah, I'll save it for the other movies because there's some stuff where I'm just like,
I do feel like that
the fuck is
talking
this?
about this movie's a little complicated now because of what comes after.
well, if we had
It's almost the
known,
least interesting Star Wars movie to discuss in this trilogy,
Yeah,
but it's
it
also
just
the
goes
one
with-
everyone agrees on.
it's good. It's a good movie. It's
But
great.
It's a good movie. Even a
I'd
great
argue
movie.
it's a great movie. I don't love it. I'm assuming you guys' grades are going to be higher than mine, but I will say
Okay,
this
well,
is
you
a
want to
great
give
movie.
yours first?
I'm going to give this an A, 65.5.
Hey, Brandon, I'm not too far ahead of you. When I do my top 10 for 2015, I'm not 100% sure if this is going to make my top 10. It might not. I gave it an A, 79.72.
Maybe I think Love is like a 25 point and above or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Tommy?
It's a great
I don't
movie.
think that's that bad of a rating. I mean,
Damn, you guys
No.
don't have A pluses on this?
I thought that I would, but I think I just maybe some of the familiarities, maybe the
You could say it. The plot, the being like Star Killer Base is a bigger version of Death Star is like is objectively like kind of a dumb like plot line. Like we just let the
maybe just
Empire
some of
build
the-
another like a planet sized Death Star.
some of the
Literally
other
made it
stuff.
build-
I'm not gonna lie, I've never liked Donald Gleason in this trilogy. I don't know whether it's
He's a
him
waste of
or whether it's him or the writing for his character, or more likely both. Yeah, I wasn't a big fan of that. But other than that, it's a pretty enjoyable, safe watch. Tommy, what was your grade?
I gave it an A, 85.
Okay, so we're all in the same ballpark, Brandon. No one's no
Okay.
one's A+ing this, and I thought maybe someone would, but
General Hux is weird though. And
Now,
I don't know if it's a Gleason problem. I think it's
Before we-
I think it's a
before we
writing
move to
problem.
this,
character
because
writing problem.
There's one plot thread from this movie that we talked about, all the threads that they lined up that they did not go with.
Well, they
and
pulled
that
this
was-
one. Whatever you're about to say.
That was when Maz introduced Anakin's lightsaber and was like, "Oh, I'll tell you about this later." Like when they're like, "How did you get this?" And in the books, I don't know, Brandon, if you're familiar with this one, but in the books, the last time that this lightsaber was seen was obviously in Empire Strikes Back when it was chopped off Luke's hand by Vader. Hand goes missing along with the lightsaber. In the books, there was a plot line where the Empire captured the hand
Mhm.
and used it for cloning and made a clone of Luke Skywalker, who then
that's
came
kinda
back
sick.
and it was a good Luke versus bad Luke storyline.
Why don't we get that storyline? What the
Well,
fuck?
that's
when this
stupid.
movie came out, I was like, "Holy shit! Are they gonna like?" Everybody was going nuts because like, "Oh, we're gonna get like evil Luke," and to then segue.
Oh,
into
Kylo
this-
is evil Luke. Yeah.
Well, not even that, but to segue into when the Last Jedi happened, everybody's like, "Well, this is a really cynical, dark Luke. Is this the evil Luke that was defeated and left here?" Everybody was starting to theorize, like, "Well, this because." Obviously, we'll get to it, but this is not the Luke we know and love. This was a dark, pissed off Luke, and
Well,
so
I think we
everybody started
find out
theorizing,
why. But yeah.
everybody started theorizing, well, maybe this is evil Luke, and they're going to do the whole storyline in the last.
We need that storyline.
None
I
of
need
that
that
obviously happened,
storyline
but
in
the
cinema,
whole
Mitchell.
Maz happening. But then again, it was like, well, how did Maz get the lightsaber? Like that's such a huge plot line of like.
No,
how did
that's
she-
what I'm saying. They just pull the thread. They don't even like show it. They just like pull it. Okay, see you.
That's another.
Maz Kanata got it. You're like, cool, okay.
Like did some maintenance guy in Cloud City happen to find the hand and bring it to Lando? Like, hey, what do we do with this? Like,
No, there's no way a cleaning guy just picks up the hand and is like, yo, here you go, dude.
That's like, I want to know how she got the lightsaber.
Should we DNA test this? Like,
that gripe aside, let's move into The Last Jedi.
Yes, this one was written and directed by Rian Johnson, hot off of Looper, which, if you have not seen Looper, I cannot recommend that highly enough. That is a great sci-fi movie. He also, after this, went on to make the Knives Out trilogy. He wrote and directed Knives Out,
beast, so.
Glass Onion, and Wake Up Dead Man, which, again, if you haven't seen those, get on that shit. Those are
might be some
excellent.
of the best mystery.
Oh yeah, that first Knives Out movie was amazing, and the next ones were really good as well. This one does have more Mark Hamill. You got Mark Hamill, you got Carrie Fisher taking on a bigger role in this one too. Adam Driver, Daisy Ridley, John Boyega, Oscar Isaac, Andy Serkis. You also have some new additions in Kelly Marie Tran, Laura Dern, and Benicio del Toro. This movie was released December 15th, 2017. This was my most anticipated movie of the year of 2017, which was a phenomenal year for movies. This movie had about a $350 million budget, and it made $1.3 billion. This was one of those, everyone wanted to see this movie, and everyone wanted to see it with me for some reason. So I saw this movie about like 4 or 5 times within the first 3 or 4 days.
See it together? We saw it together.
We saw it together at like 1 a.m. because this is when we were both working at the theater, and with a movie like this, they're like, all right, we're gonna be swamped with people. You guys should see this before you're, ruined with people coming out and stuff. So
before someone pulls
yeah, exactly.
Hey, Honda.
An NC State free expression tunnel. So we got to see this. We probably got back to our apartment like 3 a.m.
Were we the only people in that theater? It was like 4 of us, right? I don't think it was like a pack.
It was maybe like 4 of us in that theater, and that was it. The Wednesday before, so that came out on the 15th. We saw that on the 13th. Getting able to see that movie before people, I also think that kind of maybe heightened my grade a little bit, because I have shrunk on this movie a little over time. However, I still love this movie, and I think that this movie has the second most out of all of the Star Wars movies great things in it, just behind Empire Strikes Back. However, there are some flaws in the movie, because I think that this could have very easily been a Hall of Fame level movie for me.
Whoa.
This has some all-time great Star Wars sequences in it. It also has a lot of shit in it that I'm like, this is a little sloppy.
Can I back you up on that point? The lightsaber scenes, S tier. No,
I agree.
There's like 2 of them that are like S tier, Tommy.
I agree.
Best lightsaber scenes.
This is the best looking Star Wars movie.
Not in a show, in a movie.
The use of the color red in this movie, whether it's the salt, whether it's the red throne room, this movie looks so immaculate. It looks so good.
And the visuals and the cinematography of it are phenomenal. The lightsaber scenes, I need more of an explanation on how they're that good, because
the throne room lightsaber scene is. Yeah.
I'm with Mitchell.
I'm gonna say someone's gonna piss you off, and it is what it is. It's better than any lightsaber scene in the prequels.
Nope.
I don't think it's better than Maul.
That is for damn sure.
I think it's the second or third best lightsaber scene in the movie. Now, granted, Mitchell, because you haven't seen it, the shows objectively have the best lightsaber scenes, and it's not even close.
I'll also never see them.
You should watch the shows. But my point is, yeah, the lightsaber scene in the Red Room is awesome.
Like, it is phenomenal. I will support that it was the best lightsaber scene, but of the entire saga, not a chance in hell.
It's much better than the slop we got in the prequels, the choreographed
If you slow
nonsense.
down the sequence, especially in the very beginning of the sequence when they all kind of charge at each other, slow it down a little bit and watch the choreography of the people just completely swinging and missing or just charging purposely.
Well,
And just watch.
what do you
Just
want?
I mean, at
This
least
isn't
they're not
Yoda versus-
breakdancing, you know.
This isn't okay. Yeah, okay. That's mean to Yoda. Yoda is clearly elite.
I'm not talking about, I was talking about Anakin and fucking they were doing the damn spinning the sign to go the new pizza place, you know.
Don't-
The
don't
sign
you-
spinners. The sign.
Don't
spinners.
you diss on the Anakin Obi-Wan lightsaber scene.
You know what's more crazy?
It's
in
mid.
Rebels.
No.
Tommy, in Rebels, we get some like spinning sign spinner. If you haven't seen sign spinner stuff, Mitchell, you need to watch Rebels. Rebels has some sign spinner
They
shit.
literally have a spinning lightsaber.
They have spinning lightsabers, Mitchell. Spinning lightsabers.
Let me get
And they use them
the
to fly.
let me get the things I think are awesome in this movie
Yes,
out of the
please,
way.
please
Okay?
do.
Because I
Yes.
think that a lot of these we can agree on, right?
I love how you just think we're gonna agree. You just think we can all agree.
The connection between Rey and Kylo. I think that what they do in this movie, I really liked. I hate that dumbasses on the internet took that and were like, "Oh my god, they should kiss." Jump off a bridge,
no,
you
they
know,
just-
like
they're
that's
just-
no, they should have done something more interesting with it in the next movie. But I like what they did here, and that they almost they were like there was a conflict of like join me and we can take all of this down together and like forget all this other stuff. It's similar emotions to what we had with Luke and Darth Vader, but very, very different and coming from different places. I like the visuals. I like the throne room sequence. I liked that whole. I didn't mind that Snoke died.
Oh no! I
Again,
think
my
that's the best
problem
part.
with that was later. The famous Holdo maneuver. That was really cool, and the way that it was done slaps in the movie theater and slaps at home. How it's just quiet and you just see the effects of it. Fantastic, extremely well done. Everything at the end with Mark Hamill as Luke and Kylo Ren, that whole sequence, I eat that shit up every time from a visual perspective, from an emotional perspective, from just throwing me for a loop. I just absolutely eat it up. I know some people had a lot of problems with Luke in this movie. I'm not one of them. I loved where Luke Skywalker was in this movie. I understand why Luke Skywalker was there, and that worked for me 100%. My issues with this movie, and again, this is still a movie that's going to get a very high grade for me. And I hate that I have to say this because I don't want to seem like I'm dogpiling. We kind of had to talk about the same thing when we did, Ahmed Best with Jar Jar Binks, and that being a bitch on the internet to people is not cool, regardless of whatever you think about their performance.
You're gonna say something.
Kelly Marie Tran, and I don't think it's her fault even. I think it's the way the character was written.
Yeah,
that character and what it pretty much takes John Boyega off the board, and their whole side quest was like you can just go take a shit during I mean if you've got like really bad bowel problems during this movie, make sure that you have those problems during those scenes and you'll be like, wow, this movie is amazing.
So
because you really can just skip out on that entirely, and not from because I heard some dumbasses like, well, don't bring politics into Star Wars. Politics have been all over Star Wars, you dumb motherfucker. They've been all over this. So, no.
Mitchell, these are the same people that believe that if you root for the Resistance, you're a bad person. So clearly.
But like literally speaking, the prequels had so much literal actual politics in like Congress meetings and Senate hearings and stuff.
The Intergalactic Senate would like to recognize.
Yeah, so I don't think this is the time to be, getting on your high horse about that. The problem is that her character is a doofus, And takes John Boyega's character basically off the board. And I really I was able to look past that when we were seeing it in theaters, but watching it at home, the issues with the way her character was written, I don't blame her. I don't blame her. It was all in the writing.
Oh, I don't even think she's a bad actor. I mean, bad actress. I don't think she is. I think it's just bad writing. And let's point blank call it what it is. The casino BS side mission, 1 hour or 30 minutes of that.
We have to get to Benicio del Toro. And Benicio del Toro is weirdly bad in this too.
Unnecessary plot. I will say this: Benicio del Toro kind of saves it at the very end with a little bit of what he does at the very end, where he screws him over. He's like, that's just business. But I still think that's written poorly because we've seen Benicio del Toro in multiple things, and honestly, every single thing I've ever seen Benicio del Toro in except this, he's a phenomenal.
You need to see the Wolfman.
Or was he bad?
Very bad in the Wolfman.
Like the original Wolfman.
The 2010 Wolfman. I think the original Wolfman came out in 1925, so he obviously wasn't in that.
Okay, interesting. I will watch Wolfman at some point. But
so I'm gonna hop on the gripe train on this.
Please do.
So, again, this carries into the lack of planning done by Star Wars. So the whole sequence, I hated, absolutely hated. It was a complete waste of time. Now, that is having seen
what sequence? The casino?
Yes, the whole side mission sequence.
But then they blow it up by being Benicio gives him.
So here's the thing. In this movie, Rey is told that her parents are nobody, that she's just some nobody kid who happens to have.
I liked that.
So that's the thing.
She was sold into slavery.
The original plan going into the final movie was to keep that aspect alive. The fact that Rey was simply a nobody who had the Force and is supposed to go deeper into the lore of the Force and how it works and how anyone
and explain midichlorians.
No, essentially,
no,
but basically anyone could become a Jedi. It could be anybody could be a Jedi and not
right if you have the Force in you. Yeah.
That was the original concept. Now, the other side part of the last movie would have been Finn's character would have had a much bigger role in the fact that he would have actually led a stormtrooper revolution to basically rebel against the First Order. Oh, and he would have led a huge rebellion of stormtroopers on Coruscant to fight the First Order.
Okay.
Now,
I would have liked that.
Had that happened,
I'm with you. You're with me.
Would have been actually important to that because this is where, obviously, the beginning, Force Awakens, we know he was a slave who was taken by the First Order, turned into a stormtrooper, all that, rebelled against them.
Which apparently, so they don't even make clones anymore. They just enslave people.
Yeah. They explain that in Rebels, man. Come on.
I know they explain it. I'm just they're just blowing up Star Wars.
No, so the Empire and the First Order basically recruited and took kids to become stormtroopers because they didn't want to. They destroyed the clone facilities, but that's a whole nother.
Yep.
But so had that original plan of the trilogy laid out the way it was going to, this sequence would have made more sense because this is where Finn sees slavery in the bigger parts of the galaxy and how it's used with the whole racetracks and the kids being used as slaves. And you have that ending scene where that little kid who was sweeping the dirt away uses the Force. And it's hey, literally the Force can go to anybody in the galaxy and kind of further along the statement they were trying to make.
Which I don't know if I love, but I'd be okay with it.
Yeah,
I don't mind that if they do something with it.
Right.
They finished the trilogy the way they were going to. That would have been a much more powerful scene. And be oh, that kid could go be part of.
But then they punted the idea, Tommy.
They punted the idea.
They got to the 50-yard line and they were like, "Fuck!"
Because of that, this whole movie to me was just a waste of time.
Thank you.
I hated
the casino scene is a waste of time.
Hated what they did with Luke Skywalker. I understand why they did it,
but you didn't like him force projecting because Mitchell likes it, but he didn't give us the opportunity to. He didn't give us the opportunity to counter it.
I didn't like the fact that he died because of it, because that's a skill that any Jedi who's mastered it is able to do.
That's my whole point with it.
It's not a skill that's supposed to kill you.
We're killing Luke Skywalker off of that.
Yeah. It's not a skill that's supposed to kill you. It's just it might
Let him
exhaust you, but it's
sacrifice
not.
himself like Ben did. What?
Yeah,
Let him.
it's not supposed to be a killing move. So the fact that you had him do that and kill him off that way, I
Right.
thought was kind of a slap in the face to.
Can I write something for Disney real quick? We
Yeah, go.
put Luke in front of Kylo Ren, and he just goes and just gets killed. Like just like gets sliced, and it's like, oh, okay, like he literally does what his master like before him did. Like
Yeah.
it would have been like a great like circle moment. Instead, they're like, let's kill him while he's force projecting.
He was too blinded by rage. I think that's what they were trying to shoot for his character. But
Also,
the fact that you had Mark Hamill, the actor who plays Luke Skywalker, tell the director multiple times, "I hate what you're doing with this character. It's wrong. I don't want
and
to
they
do it."
did it anyway.
And Ryan Johnson said, "Meh, too bad." That's
Was
not
it
what you
Ryan
do.
Johnson's decision? Like that's where I'm like confused. Like there
Yes,
wasn't
that was
people at
another thing
Disney
where
being like, "Hey
it
Ryan, like
wasn't even
maybe
a
we
Disney
shouldn't do this."
decision. It was purely a director decision. That's what he wanted to do with
But then
Luke
he
Skywalker.
nuked the sequel trilogy.
Well, that's why everybody hate. This is why majority of the fan base hates the Last Jedi. It's not even the story. It's
That
the fact
is not a correct statement. It is very much divided. It is not a majority. That is a 50,
I think it's
50
I'm
split
saying-
of that.
50-50. I think
I'm
it's
saying the people
50-50.
that hate this movie hate it because they ruined the Luke
That's fair.
Skywalker.
That's fair. The people that do hate it on the hate side is
This
do I?
is I'll
that,
say
also, I hate the Leia scene where they blow the ship up and Leia
okay,
just
that's
happens
fair.
to survive space.
That is very
no.
fair.
That was
The
the
Leia
most
scene. The Leia
cringy
scene.
I
is the
disagree
most-
with you on Luke Skywalker tremendously, but I will give you that.
The
without
Leia scene
question.
is
Make this bitch look
absolutely
like Mary
borderline-
Poppins.
Yeah, the Leia scene is borderline nuts. Like
It's not borderline nuts. It was like, what the fucking hell is this? I put this movie in the same category that I put Tenet, where I'm like,
Wow.
hey, if you don't love this
I mean,
movie,
I did too,
I
'cause I
kind
hate
of
it.
can't get on the same wavelength with you.
what
about
is wrong with
movies,
you?
Because also this movie has something that just this movie has great vibes.
This movie
This is a
has no
great
creativity.
vibe movie. What the fuck?
They
This
literally-
movie?
Th-
Rise of
that's how-
Skywalker has no
that's how-
creativity.
That's how
This
you
movie-
kill Leia.
This
That's how you
movie
kill Leia.
has well, she's not dead. You do know that, right?
Well, yeah, they saved her from some BS Mary Poppins bullshit.
Yeah. No. That was
And then
dumb.
that's how
This
you-
movie, if anything, this movie has too much creativity. This movie has too many ideas.
Yeah, the ideas are stupid.
You can think
I
that.
don't
I mean,
even know
you're
to
fucking
begin-
wrong.
I like
but-
the movie. I like the movie. I'm gonna give it an A. I'm just gonna flat out say I like the movie. I'm gonna give it an A. But to say
Really?
that this movie is like creative, like no, this movie
It is
just like
creative.
this movie shits on Star Wars.
Except
Yes.
for the fact that's okay, but Yoda using a lightsaber is okay.
Yeah, it actually
No.
is. Yeah,
He's a
100%
Jedi
is.
master. Why
It
wouldn't
100% is. He's Jedi Master.
Okay, yeah, but
The
just take
dude
everything
force
he says in The
projects and
Empire
then
Strikes
kills
Back
himself.
and shit on that.
The dude force projects
No.
and then dies. Like I don't understand it. It ruined the movie for me.
How does that ruin a movie for you?
It ruined it. That's how they killed the arguably the best character in Star Wars ever. In Luke.
Okay, if you think Luke Skywalker is the best character in Star Wars, I can't help you.
Okay.
I mean,
They killed
they killed the best character last movie.
I just wrote the blueprint. He does the whole thing in front of Kylo gets killed. I
thought that whole
wrote the
scene was
better.
excellent.
I wrote the better ending. I wrote the blueprint. Like I wrote it in 2 minutes. I thought of it in 2 minutes.
I disagree.
Also, I'm not even gonna say it. I'm not even gonna say it. I'm just gonna let it go.
I'm not gonna. I don't even have much else to say at this point because it's not worth arguing with Mitchell because his
No.
retorts are
I'm
not.
very dug in on this.
No. It's fine. It's fine to like the movie. I like the movie. I'm giving it an A.
I didn't
I'm
say
not
he didn't
saying
like it.
I'm not saying the movie isn't good. I'm saying it nukes the entire saga. It's just like
Yeah.
No, I think that the Rise of Skywalker did because this movie, at the very least, yes, it definitely. It's clear that there was no plan,
Yeah.
But you could have done something with this. Rise of Skywalker, and we'll get to that very shortly, says, yeah, so let's just basically pretend that that didn't happen and do like just a bunch of damage control and introduce a bunch of things that make
Well,
no
yeah, I think
damn
that's
sense
stupid.
and go nowhere. I think that
Also-
whether you hate Last Jedi or love Last Jedi, you could agree that what they did with Rise of Skywalker was not the correct way to handle it.
No,
Sure.
absolutely not.
Sure.
But now another question I have is Snoke. What was the point of his character? Ignoring what happened in
I
Rise of
actually think
Skywalker.
Snoke was the best part. I think him dying that way is sick.
I thought that was an excellent death.
finally Kylo like stood up for himself
They
and was
give
like, fuck
him
this
zero
bitch.
backstory. Like, he was the most wasted villain. No backstory, no purpose.
Let's talk about backstory. No. Let's talk about backstory. They bring up Kylo Ren's entire plot and backstory by just Leia and Han talking to each other. I am pissed off. I am annoyed by that. Give me what happens to Kylo. Give me like a flashback.
They did that.
They don't. They
They did that.
they
They actually did that twice.
They,
you mean,
no,
you mean
they
with
don't.
the Knights of Ren, Mitchell, that they show once and never again until
That's what
Yeah,
I'm saying.
that's a problem for the next movie, not this one.
No. I'm talking about the whole sequel trilogy. We have this whole thing where Luke.
Well, you get a flashback with Luke
You
when
don't,
he
you
goes and
don't.
he thinks he's gonna kill him. Did that scene just?
You
Did
don't
you have
get
your
a
eyes
flashback.
closed?
No. You don't get a flashback. They don't go into it. If we're gonna talk about Luke going into like the depressive state that he goes into because Kylo turns and kills all these, then like show it. Give me 25-30 minutes of it. Like
Yeah.
Okay, so you just wanted more
was,
of it.
Was Kylo
That's
a
what, but that's my
kid
point.
and
Why would we
it
just
was
show like
Now,
one
I can
scene?
get
That's
down
my
with-
my point, Mitchell. Why
I
show
can get
one
down
scene?
with you. Well, okay, I think we can find
Take
some
out the
common ground
casino.
here.
Take out the
Yeah,
casino
thank
scene
you.
and put
you
25
allot
minutes
that
of that.
time to that. I think that would be better use of the
It's a
runtime
Hall
of
of
the
Fame
movie.
movie. It's a Hall of Fame movie if that happens.
I agree with you.
And then Luke dies by putting his lightsaber up like
Well,
this.
Luke can
instead
die
of-
the
instead of
exact
force
same
projecting.
way, but yeah, no,
It's a Hall
I
of Fame movie if you give me 25 minutes of Kylo fucking Jedi younglings up.
Kylo fuck.
Sorry. That was worded poorly.
Hey, Adam Driver does have a
Jedi
shirtless
younglings.
scene in this, so if you want
Destroying-
Kylo fucking, you almost got it.
Destroying Jedi younglings. Like they don't show it.
Younglings.
They don't show it in Revenge of the Sith, Mitchell. They don't go there. They don't give me the R-rated
Yeah, 'cause the
version.
movie's got no balls.
Right, and this movie had no balls. Give it to me, Ryan.
No, this movie
Johnson.
had balls.
Stop.
It might have been like misshapen balls,
didn't even
but like
show
they had
Kylo
them.
destroying anything. You just hear a couple
Right,
sounds
you just
and
hear
then a
stuff,
couple burning, and
and I'm
that's
like,
it.
give me the R-rated version. Like, give me that cut. Like, what?
Yeah, you're not getting that. As much as I'd love to see.
Also, how does Ryan Johnson have the fucking Star Wars plot like saga in his like hands and his like, and like Tommy's saying, Mark Hamill's like, hey man, what are we doing? He's like, he literally tells Mark Hamill to like fuck off. Basically, is what it sounds like.
And that was Ryan Johnson's "fuck you" to the Star Wars fan base. Was that opening scene where Luke just takes his lightsaber and just throws it over his head? Like, come on.
That was kind of objectively funny, actually.
It
I
was
didn't
funny,
mind
but
that
I
at
was
all.
like,
I thought it was funny.
This is the direction we're going. This is not good.
Yeah. Unfortunately, this is a movie that I
Just give me
judge
30
pretty
minutes.
hard
Give me
if you're not a
30
fan
minutes
of
the
this.
younglings.
Well, guess what, buddy?
Give me 30 minutes.
Yeah, well, I'm judging.
C
I gave
minus
this.
5.
Sorry, what did you say?
You heard me. C-5.
Well, okay,
I actually didn't hear you,
that's-
and given what you gave on Letterboxd, I actually expected you to have a much lower grade than that. So
like a D.
I mean, yeah, I actually expected much lower. I mean, I'd still judge you significantly.
I'm
for
still
this,
giving this an A, but I hate myself.
what is your grade, Brandon?
I'm giving this an A 15.7, but I hate myself
Okay.
for it because if they had given me 25-30 minutes of Kylo Ren, Luke backstory and like flashbacks, I would have been like, oh, like holy fuck, like that's like real Star Wars. Like they did something original, they did something like cool, and they showed us something like raw and like graphic and like. Yeah, and they just didn't. They just didn't. Maybe that's me complaining. I hope the Maul TV series gives me some R-rated bullshit because I need
So
it.
this isn't my highest rated post Empire Strikes Back
Of course it's not.
Star Wars movie. But if you were to say, Mitchell, you got to put on a Star Wars movie after the first two,
That's crazy.
I'm picking this one. This is the one that I'll take. Even though I have it lower than Force Awakens, I would still rather watch this because of all the cool moments that I enjoy. I give it an A64.66. So it won't make my top 10 in 2015 because 2015 is just or 2017 because that's just a loaded year. But because there's a better sci-fi movie that came out earlier that year, Blade Runner 2049.
Thank you. The greatest cinematography masterpiece of all time. Thank you.
I think there's a legitimate case to be made for that, you know?
Yeah, because I have correct takes, unlike some people. Not anyone on this podcast. Some people have not.
It's not Denis Villeneuve's best sci-fi movie.
I went through all the numbers and stats through IMDb, Rotten Tomatoes, box office, compiled them all together. The Star Wars rankings.
I love that you ranked this. There you go.
Was Empire Strikes Back is number 1. New Hope is 2.
This is
Force
good.
Awakens, Rogue One, Return of the Jedi, The Last Jedi, Revenge of the Sith, Solo, Phantom Menace, Attack of the Clones, and then save the worst for last, Rise of Skywalker coming in at the.
How the fuck did they do that?
Okay, so we'll get into that.
So we're gonna go into
can we skip to the end? Can we skip to the end?
I'll also say this: Rise of Skywalker. At no point
I'm still giving
my worst Star Wars movie.
I'm still giving it like a C+. Can we
not a
get
good movie.
To the end? Can we get to the end?
I do not like it. Also,
I want to discuss the end. I want to discuss the end so bad.
Can you settle your
ADHD? I'm done with discussing the rest of this movie. I want to discuss.
We didn't even start yet.
JJ
We
Abrams
started talking about this.
Yeah,
movie
we don't need to talk about this movie. JJ Abrams massacre of Star Wars. Like if Rian Johnson took a shit. JJ Abrams
if you think Rian Johnson wasn't creative and
I don't think it was JJ
Abrams was.
Do you think someone at Disney
bullshit.
was like? Do you think someone at Disney was like, she has to be a Skywalker?
So
I don't.
Here's the thing. Disney Star Wars started strong. You had Force Awakens and then Rogue One. Phenomenal movies.
And then you had Last Jedi, which was also great.
Good stuff.
Mixed reviews.
But it was polarizing.
Sure. Last Jedi and Solo.
But I like Solo.
But Solo's a fun time.
Personally, when you start off the Force Awakens and Rogue One and then have those two entries after back to back, regardless if you loved them or not, they were not strong additions. It was really divided the fan.
Box office, sure.
Box office.
Last Jedi's box office was strong.
Yeah, I mean they were
Solo bomb.
They made money, but when you have the fan base basically rioting, saying these were fucking garbage, you're gonna fucking panic. And obviously, the whole Colin Trevorrow, leaving, they brought in J.J. Abrams to kind of salvage.
That's not Abrams' fault. I that was mean to JJ.
It was also
that was mean to
this
JJ.
Entirely on.
You think it's all on JJ? Okay.
Well, a lot of it.
Disney was in the quantity over quality where they wanted the plan. They wanted a Star Wars movie every year. So regardless of how you're going to do it, it was not going to be good, especially if you have a direct leave at the beginning and then you lose Carrie Fisher, who passed away. Those are two big blows for Disney to say, we're staying on schedule. We need this movie to come out this year. Like, regardless of how, like, who you brought back.
Move it back. Holy.
And I think the biggest thing for this movie for me was the dialogue. The fact that you took Poe, like we talked about this in Force Awakens, Poe and Finn were really cool characters. They had a lot of stuff kind of setting them up.
They say some uncool things.
I think Last Jedi is really what was like, hey, we really want to focus on these characters. And then Rise of Skywalker said, yeah, fuck that, we're not doing anything. So that I think also impacts my view of Last Jedi because it was so much build
damage
up.
Control. Let's make her a Palpatine. I'm like, what the fuck? That's not damage control. That's stupid.
So that is one of the things I was talking about earlier, where they made a decision last minute. So they originally had her.
There's no way.
They originally had her being a Kenobi descendant. Believe it or not.
What's wrong with that? What's wrong with her being Kenobi?
Daisy Ridley said they the entire filming up until that point, they were bouncing back and forth whether she was going to be a nobody, a Kenobi, a Palpatine. They even juggled around a somehow weird Skywalker relative. Like there was multiple lines that they were discussing, and they said, "No, we're going to go the Palpatine route and make you a Palpatine." Basically, like the day of like filming those scenes.
Why?
So because they had no plan.
This is Star Wars. How does that happen?
Well, it wasn't the day of filming those scenes because they already had Ian McDiarmid under contract.
Yeah.
So,
but back to
they had to have had something.
Well, they knew Palpatine was going to be there. They just didn't know that Rey was going to be his descendant until.
Oh, okay. Because I'm calling bullshit
that makes
on
me even more.
Because J.J.
like,
Abrams was like, Palpatine was the plan all along.
No
bullshit.
J.J. Abrams was the plan all along because the Colin Trevorrow script that was leaked, Palpatine was dead. Palpatine did not come back.
And he shouldn't have. It makes no sense for him to be back.
I mean, it's fine for him to come back, but don't do it.
No,
the
it's
way
not.
They did it. No, well,
I also agree they didn't do it in a good way.
Hold on, Mitchell. With after what happened with Leia and Carrie Fisher, you could do anything in this fucking franchise.
Okay, but that was at very least in the same movie.
Sure, it was the exact same scene. Actually, to be quite honest.
Yeah, at least that was sudden. They're not like, oh yeah, by the way, the conclusion to our trilogy is gonna be some motherfucker that's been dead the whole time.
You can do anything in this series, is what it's told me. So
in 2020, the Colin Trevorrow script was leaked for this movie.
How does that happen? How does the leak happen? By the way,
I don't know.
Colin Trevorrow puts it out.
Probably.
No, Colin Trevorrow's like, my script's better.
Yeah.
So the movie was called Duel of the Fates, which I thought was pretty cool.
That's cool. That's a cool name. That's a sick name.
The outline of it is the First Order controls most of the galaxy. Kylo Ren is the supreme leader, but he's unstable. He's searching for deeper Sith power, which we kind of see in the beginning of this. Kylo Ren becomes the true villain. He's not redeemed. He travels to Mustafar to find the Sith holocrons that belong.
Oh, that's sick. He goes to Mustafar. Oh, that's
well, he does
awesome.
go to Mustafar. They show
no,
that
he does. He does. He does.
They don't really.
I wish they'd like show more of that. I was like, we need more Mustafar.
Well, they were going to show more of that in this movie, and then that would lead him to finding an ancient Sith teacher who ends up being Darth Plagueis, who obviously knows, the master to the Emperor. So Kylo becomes even darker and tries to surpass Vader.
All right, I'm making this movie. I'm greenlighting this.
There's
Disney buckle up.
Rey's story in this version, Rey is still a nobody. Her parents were not important figures. This keeps from the theme of The Last Jedi that the Force can come from anybody. Finn leads a stormtrooper uprising to rebel against the First Order. This turns into a galaxy-wide stormtrooper revolution.
They all realize they're slaves, basically.
Yeah. And then Coruscant becomes the final battleground instead of Exegol because Coruscant is where everything first started in the Skywalker saga, so that's where.
Yeah, that's fine. That's full circle Skywalker. Who didn't greenlight this? What the fuck?
And then Kylo Ren's the final duel is between Rey and Kylo Ren. Kylo ultimately dies unredeemed after realizing that he has destroyed everything he wanted.
Cool ending.
Yeah,
I'll tell you why they didn't do it. All right, one. I said earlier, the Book of Henry.
Driver. Okay.
Colin Trevorrow had a movie called The Book of Henry in 2017. If you haven't
but how
seen
bad
it,
was that movie?
It's fucking horrible, Brandon.
I even found the article why this version was canceled. Carrie Fisher passed away in 2016. Leia was supposed to be the big hero of this movie. In Trevorrow.
That's fine. Pivot. Make it Daisy Ridley.
You also wanted more familiar beats.
And Lucasfilm, and then Trevorrow left the project in 2017. Disney brought back J.J. Abrams, who created, obviously, the story that became Rise of Skywalker.
Oh my god, I have seen the Book of Henry. Oh my god, this movie is bad.
So,
thank you. It is quite
regardless
bad.
of Trevorrow's directing abilities, I think I
tried to block that movie out of my head.
The concept of the plot sounds a lot better than what we got in Rise of Skywalker.
I think, I'll start with why this isn't my least favorite Star Wars movie.
What is, by the way?
Reason number one.
No, what is, by the way?
Exists.
Okay.
Attack of the Clones is so much worse than this. I think Phantom Menace is worse than this as well.
Yeah, you could argue parts of
however,
Star Wars.
I will say I respect those movies more than I respect this.
Because they tried.
This is the one that I respect the least because this movie just tries nothing. And all of its ideas are bad. I think this movie looks really good. I think that Adam Driver is still giving a good performance. I think that I like Billy D. Williams coming back as Lando. I thought that was nice.
Oh, it's a good touch. Good touch.
I liked the addition of Naomi Ackie, who was also in Don't Blink or Blink Twice and Mickey 17, and she's a really strong actress, and I thought that she was pretty good in this as well.
Blink Twice is the Tatum movie, right?
The Channing Tatum one, yeah. That was a really good movie. I think that she's good, and that's about it. I hate that all the characters
Can we jump to the end?
Bicker the whole time. All the chemistry is gone. Daisy Ridley as Rey has gone from someone learning the Force and
to all of a sudden she has the Force.
To all of a sudden she is like Force Kobe.
Not Obi-Wan Kenobi. She's Kobe. Yeah,
she's Force Kobe Bryant, where she just, she's like leaping over,
dude. When she backflips over the
that was the dumbest shit I've ever seen.
Like, holy shit!
I thought everything involving Palpatine was stupid. That's because
you hate
none of the
idea
characters.
Of
I hate the idea of Palpatine. I hate the execution of Palpatine. I hate the fact that every single one of these X-Wings, TIE fighters, whatever the fuck you want to call them,
they're
every single one of them has a Death Star weapon. That is stupid as hell.
Oh, the guns. Oh, the phase.
I'm not going to judge you for not knowing the titles of ships.
The cannons. Is he talking about the cannons? Like
they all have them. That's dumb.
First off, they're not X-Wings or TIE fighters. Nowhere even close to being the same. But yeah, continue.
I have sex, man.
Are you talking about just the normal ships, like the ships?
He was calling the fucking Star Destroyers X-Wings and TIE fighters.
Okay. I was very confused for a second. I was like,
sure.
they have cannons. I was like, what? That's why I was confused. I was like, they put cannons on an X-Wing?
Yeah, so the Foo Fighters were up there, and apparently they all have Death Star weapons, and that's dumb as shit.
Well, dude, they can do anything in this.
Before we even get that, but the fact that the Empire or the Emperor magically has this big cult, which again, it's in the book, so it's not.
Is he selling tickets to this damn thing?
The Millennium Falcon blowing the exhaust.
Where did this whole massive fleet come from?
Thank you.
It's one thing if there was
been moving in the shadows, but he's got a bunch of people up there ready to go, and a crowd of 100,000 that bought tickets on Ticketmaster to come watch.
That's my biggest gripe.
Stuff going on.
That's my biggest gripe with Star Wars in general. Is you're telling me, yes, I understand it's a galaxy, but you're telling me that in the intergalactic bullshit, whatever we're talking about politics, that these people are in the shadows are just like, hey, we can do whatever the fuck we want. We can build a planet, guys. We can build a planet.
To top off on that scene, the biggest slap in the face to me is when we get the scene where Rey is hearing all the Force voices in her head. You're telling me you got all of these actors to come in to say a line, and you couldn't take 5 minutes, dress up in your robes, and just stand there and say the line?
I
wouldn't have liked it either way.
I don't care. I would have at least appreciated it more because, hey, have the Force Ghost show up behind Rey and say, hey, we're fucking here for you.
Well, they did it they did it at the end. They projected him in the end.
No.
Stop it.
No.
Sorry.
Hey,
I need to get this out. But
hey, they kissed.
Yeah.
I don't
Hashtag Reylo.
I don't give a fuck about Reylo.
Stupid.
I don't give a fuck about Reylo. Also,
no one does.
Can they bring Kylo back?
They tried.
Apparently
they had a movie, they had a treatment, and they got shot down.
Yeah.
Why? Why?
Because Disney has ruined
Get the red tape out of the way.
But
they got Ryan Gosling coming to Star Wars.
This
so
needs to be
said.
Yeah, I'm very hopeful for that. But
I mean, it's
This
being
needs-
directed by the same guy that made Deadpool and Wolverine, so I'm sure it'll be
That-
ass.
that
But at least
wasn't-
Ryan
right
Gosling.
up my alley. Right up my alley.
that wasn't what I needed
You
to
like
get out.
bullshit.
I needed to get out the ending of this movie when she looks at the first of all, the way they build up this. Who are you?
Oh,
like where the
Skywalker.
person just comes out
That
of
was
nowhere.
dumb.
Fuck you.
Okay.
Yes.
When she looks at the camera and goes, Ray who? Ray Skywalker. I collapsed.
Dude, I
Eyes
literally
rolled so
couldn't-
far back.
And this collapse, and like that was the dumbest fucking decision they could have had for dialogue.
Just say
was
I'm
stupid.
Ray, a nobody. That would have been fucking awesome. I'd have been like,
I'd have been down if she said
I'd have been like,
Palpatine
the movie,
and
the
just been
movie
like, "Yeah, I'm
saved.
reclaiming this name."
The movie saved. Like, also,
But
so her parents sell her into slavery, but we all know she's a Palpatine. That's where I'm like,
She wasn't sold to slavery.
so she wasn't shown in. Okay,
She was just too poor to own anything, so she had to work for scraps.
as a Palpatine.
Yes, because Palpatine didn't know she existed because her parents hid her. That's what they explained.
Oh, okay.
So the whole like her parents.
Oh man, no, I wanted her to be like this nobody. Like, yeah.
It could have happened, but my biggest gripe of this movie is why the fuck did we have to take Poe and Finn's characters and just make their entire dialogue screaming one or two words at each other back and forth the entire movie?
No, I agree.
yeah,
Actually, the best
Like,
dialogue in the movie, Tommy, it got me going a little bit. It got me crying. Maybe I'm just maybe I'm just an emotional person now. When they were like, we're gonna fight for like what our fathers and mothers fought for, and I was like, oh shit! I was like, this is like they're actually like doing something here. And then and then
you
nothing
cried in
happened.
Moana too.
In terms of backstory, that
What?
should have
Okay,
been
what's
explained.
wrong with
In
you?
the books, Poe Dameron's parents were in the rebellion and died.
No, no, I agree.
Died after, but like, yeah.
But and like I thought that was like a cool line from Poe where I was like, okay, like at least we're like doing something, and then we're not just yelling at each other.
But like they should have said that in the fucking movies. Like, hey, Poe's parents were in the rebellion and fought. Like, it would have.
Like, what if they were like Finn's parents were in the rebellion? I would have been like, oh shit, they knew each other. I'd have been like, what an amazing storyline. I'd be like, oh my god.
So
and then they're going around the room, and then when Chewie finds out that Leia dies, Chewie like collapses, and I'm like, okay, like we're actually doing something. Like we might be emotionally like connecting with something, and then they just shit on it. They just shit on it for the next 25 minutes.
Gives us more emotion than the entire.
Yeah. The Chewbacca, the Wookiee gives us more emotion than anyone else in this fucking movie. Like,
and R2.
R2 does too. Yeah, when they cut to R2, I was like, oh, R2's still kicking. I was like, fucking awesome. I was like, R2 can do anything. I was like, R2
pulling the whole like, hey, I'll do this for my friends scene. I'm like, god damn it.
And then they immediately just go, here's all your memories. Like it meant nothing.
Do you guys remember? Do you guys remember how popular? Do you remember how popular BB-8 was?
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
BB-8,
around Force Awakens
was the star, and they sidelined his ass for 2 more movies.
Yeah.
Give me a BB-8 show. I need BB-8.
I don't need that. But...
it's just unbelievable.
Give me a BB-8 parent. Like, no.
The decisions in this like
I turned this movie into a drinking game halftime where it's like, hey, every time Poe or Ray or Poe and Finn scream Ray's name, just Ray, take a shot.
Ray!
That's all John Boyega does in this thing.
Ray, take a Bailey, take a coffee and Bailey shot every time they scream Ray.
I can't stand it. I'm like, you had potential, and of course, obviously, you had the whole Finn basically saying, "Hey, I have the Force too."
We get to do this.
Come up front and say it. Yeah. Like, fucking have some balls and give him some lines and actually say, "Hey, I'm a fucking Jedi. Train me."
Okay, so Kylo's not dead. He could be brought back. Correct?
No, he's not dead.
I think we can save the sequel trilogy by making another trilogy that involves Rey and
Look,
Kylo,
the
but
body was
gets
never
them the
burned.
fuck off
We
of
don't have a
Skywalker.
confirmed death. So hey,
Get away from Skywalker. Get away from
hell,
Skywalker.
we had fucking Palpatine go down a goddamn chute, and we know, hey, anyone who goes
You're
down
right.
there can magically.
Yeah.
Well,
back.
true. Anyone that goes down chutes can live. So
I mean, come on, Darth
as
Maul
we're gonna
said-
see with the Maul series.
Wherever there's a chute, Brandon, there may also be ladders.
Okay. Well. Okay. That was exceptional. Is that? Do you
Well
want to
done.
write? Do you
Well
want to
done.
write for Disney? Because apparently they're
I'm certainly better than like I'm a Skywalker. She didn't say it like that, but
I'm a
Also,
Skywalker.
another weird
But
kind
then
of
BB-8 rolls up, and I'm like, okay, BB-8.
all right, what's your
BB-8's
damn
back.
BB-8
I was
thing?
like,
You know,
BB-8's
you clearly,
back. I was like,
Tommy.
So can we just the scene
she
at the
just
end
stares
where
out into the
Orlando
sun.
was
She
like,
stands out in the sun.
no, where Orlando was like to the girl like, hey, do you want to know where you came from? Like,
I was
but-
expecting.
No,
but
where
did
are you
I'm
from?
your fucking dad. You
Where
know?
are you from?
The
And
scene
it's
is
like,
like-
I'm your father.
is that what he
Yeah.
was alluding to? Like, I was like,
I think so because
way to just drop
because
that little
the way Disney had it was like, well, they're both characters of the same skin tone, so clearly they're
Yeah.
related to each other.
you didn't see him bonding with Finn. So
Well,
hey,
yeah.
who the fuck, like,
Hey,
come
I'm
on.
with you. I'm with you. I think that's what he was insinuating is that he was
It
her father.
So dumb.
But also, like, if you're gonna insinuate that, just come out and say, like, yeah, by the way, nice to meet you. I'm
Yeah.
so and so. Are
Yeah,
you?
And then the
Yeah.
whole scene with Kylo finally, we finally see the Knights of Ren show up.
Oh, finally! Holy
For the
fuck! It
entire
only
trilogy, and
took
then
3 fucking
Kylo-
movies in this sequel trilogy. Sorry.
but no dialogue from them. So like, hey, who the fuck cares about
Okay,
that?
Knights of Ren are covered in like books, right? Like the Knights of Ren are cool.
Yeah.
Why
There's
the
a
fuck
whole-
did we
there's a whole-
sideline them? If we're gonna introduce Kylo Ren,
Who knows?
Hey, everyone's being
bring the
sidelined.
Knights
we
of
had-
Ren.
Dialogue from a fucking stormtrooper in Force Awakens screaming traitor at Finn. Yet
Right.
the Knights of Ren show up, who are supposed to be this badass group of warriors. No dialogue, nothing.
Okay.
It was just Kylo's like, "Fuck you, I'm gonna kill you all."
Disney, I'll save it for you right now. We have a Knights of Ren Ray comes back. Yeah, Knights of Ren show. I can write it for you. Just give me like 4 months. I'll give you a Knights of Ren show.
All right.
I'll give you a
I-
Knights of Ren show.
Grade
Disney.
this thing.
I hate this movie.
Fat F.
You give it an F? That's crazy. That's not right.
F.
No,
it's
I'm-
still Star Wars, and I cried 2
F.
times.
I'm gonna
Fuck
give
you.
it a D minus. Let's go 65.
Okay.
Wow.
Well, I mean
Okay.
that's low. That's
Brandon,
low.
what do
Yeah,
you-
no,
what do you
go
grade it?
ahead. I want to see what you graded as because you're
Okay,
about to
first
make
of all,
fun of me. You're about to make fun of me.
Brandon, do you remember
What
do you-
your
no,
grade was?
Do you
Do I
remember
remember what your grade
what
was?
movie we saw? This was a double feature. Do you remember what
Oh,
movie
we saw
before
Cats,
this?
bro. We saw
Cats before this.
Cats.
So,
was-
yeah,
that's
don't-
terrible.
Cats was objectively
Don't
the
tell
worst
me.
movie.
That
Don't
is a
tell me
terrible
about bad because
Cats
we
was-
saw
Cats was
fucking
awesome.
Cats before
in
this.
a bad way. Cats was
I'll
like,
never forget turning to Brandon halfway through the movie and going, "So this movie has no plot," and then just
oh, Cats?
realizing
well, yeah,
that
Cats
this
doesn't have
movie
a
had
plot.
no plot at all.
Yeah, Cats doesn't have a plot. It's angelical
Dude,
cats trying to
that,
get
that,
to heaven.
that's a movie in itself. Like two friends go to see a terrible movie with the hope of saying, like, well, at least there should be a good movie after this. And lo and
Yeah.
behold,
Yeah.
there
Well,
wasn't.
I'll be
We-
honest.
we
I didn't
were
really have the highest
excited-
hopes for Rise
we
of
were excited
Skywalker.
for
The trailers looked rough.
Right. I was actually more excited for Cats.
I kind of was too because I was like, I want to
That's-
see just
that's
how
a
bad
bad
this
Star Wars.
is.
But
But I
also,
didn't know the movie would be plotless.
you just don't know the plot of the musical Cats.
I
which is
don't.
fine.
Yeah,
Which
I
is fine.
didn't. I
But-
still don't.
I will say this. I like the music in Cats. Like I like Cats. The music. I don't like the actual musical.
I don't like any of it. but,
Okay, fair enough.
My grade for Rise of
Angelical
Skywalker
cats and
was a C minus 16.34.
Okay,
That's-
Movie that I do not respect.
I
but
hate
don't
myself. I hate myself. I'm giving this a C, 78.2. I can't believe I gave this the highest grade.
All right. Well, just
Angelical
like that,
cats.
just like that, the Star Wars movies have come and gone. We are getting a
Let's watch the
Mandalorian and
shows.
Grogu. We're getting Mandalorian and Grogu in just a couple months.
We're getting.
We're also
Maul in,
getting
like,
Star Wars Starfighter
weeks.
with Ryan Gosling next year.
I am excited. for
So hopefully we can
original
get things,
ideas. No.
well, sure. I don't know about Mandalorian, but
Well, I mean, that's an original
hopefully we
idea
get
that
into
isn't
something.
Skywalker related now.
yes,
we are
and
finally
Ryan
getting
Gosling can do no
Skywalker.
wrong. So
True. Ryan Gosling is the man.
do you guys? I know what's next. Do you guys remember what's next?
I have a weird.
It's Aliens, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So next up we are going to be watching
And
the
Predator, right? No.
yeah. So we're going to watch the next podcast. It's going to be Alien and Aliens. The first
I have the
two
quadrilogy
of
on Blu-ray for this
the,
exact
I do
moment.
too.
For this exact moment.
What a
Yeah.
flex!
So
What a flex today.
I
so
know,
we're
right?
gonna get
I bought the quadrilogy a while ago.
we're gonna get back to James Cameron for Aliens, and we're gonna get our Ridley Scott on for Aliens. So as we dive into Alien and Predator next up,
And then we're gonna watch Badlands, right?
Well, we're gonna do a lot more before Badlands, but yes, Badlands will be coming up soon.
I just want to let people know it was a good movie.
It is a good movie. We got a lot of good
Spoiling
movies.
it now. Spoiling it now. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna get
So-
my grade. Like as we
End this podcast on a good movie.
By the way, my grade for Aliens was no, I'm just kidding. Yeah, so enjoy that. Look forward to that. And I'm gonna go watch the trailer for Dune 3 another 40 times because
it did
that's
things in
just
me.
I'm so ready. But anyway, bye.